Dragon Age Veilguard has been a nonstop story since it was announced. We saw the trans scars in it. We saw the lead story developer, studio, whatever person, Corrine Bush, they left their studio not like last week. The talk about Dragon Age Veilguard was this game bombed. It failed. And we've heard consistently over and over again, no. It's doing just great. But there have been insiders who have been talking about it. They've been leaking to sources like Smash. And Smash went out there and said that they've sold about 1.5 million units. Now, if you recall, the previous Dragon Age sold almost, I think, over 10 million units. So this was a drastic drop-off. Now, apparently, they were looking to sell about 3 million units. And it has been confirmed by EA that Dragon Age: The Veilguard missed EA's expectations by 50% with around 1.5 million players. This is courtesy of, that was obviously courtesy of Kami over on X. Then we have this from Packer Girl, says EA preliminary Q3 results. The company now projects a mid-single-digit decline. Dragon Age engaged approximately 1.5 million players during the quarter, down nearly 50% of their expectations. Who would have known? Just let's start there. We'd love to hear y'all's thoughts on this and just confirming that Dragon Age Veilguard was in fact a failure. Got anything on that?
Too high, even without the controversy. I think their expectations were too high, even without all that BS.
I agree. I think
they
3
were
million
expecting
was,
3 million players.
Yeah, it was a lot.
What, was it the fifth game in the series? Fourth game?
It's been a long time since the previous game, and you see a lot of people,
it's not even BioWare anymore. Right.
Well, this is BioWare's third L in a row.
Is it still the company BioWare though? They're still, is that still their name? Okay.
Yes.
I thought they folded a while ago, but no, it's not.
Everybody saw this and everybody knew this was coming. And to see it confirmed is quite amazing. But this is also from Smash. You talk about their stock. EA stock is currently down 20%.
Damn.
Dragon Age: The Veilguard flops. Oof, that's where. Well, here's a live look at it. And you can see as of year
17 today.
Maybe I got to be looking at the wrong one. Let's see. Maybe I am. But this is courtesy of NASDAQ here. This is down today. It says it's down 1%. Am I looking at this wrong?
The last page you had it was
the other page is 17. Yeah.
Here's year to date. Year to date down 17%. EA over the last year. It's still up. 5 years still up. But you would like to think you'd see a little bit more growth out of a company. But look at that dive, man. That's like jumping off a deep end here. Since January, holy shit. Since December 1st, it dropped off a cliff. Holy moly. Think about the market cap drop there. That's nuts to think about. So there's that. And we've talked about this game a million times on the show. You know, the bad publicity around the game, you know, it was meant to be extremely diverse. There's one thing to have representation. It's another thing to be propaganda. And you know, there was the entire storyline about I'm non-binary, and I'm not. You know, we've seen that game, that cutscene a million times. And then we have, you know, kind of what other people are saying. This guy's name is Coakley. He's been around for a pretty good while. He's been on YouTube and Twitch. Do you know this guy, Eric?
Yeah, I've met him a couple times.
You met him? He's a streamer. Like I said, been around for a good while. Right now, he is he live right now? Let's find out. He is live right now. He's streaming he has almost 14,000 people watching him right now. He has a very large audience. Like I said, this guy's been around for a long time. He said over on X, he says, turns out Dragon Age Veilguard didn't sell well. No surprise there at all. My only hope is that the people making the decisions over there don't just automatically blame the anti-woke brigade and actually realize the game didn't sell well because it wasn't a good Dragon Age game. Blarg. I've said this. I mean, this might as well be put on a T-shirt at this point, right? Before you go into the store, you gotta have interest in the product, right? And nobody wanted to buy Dragon Age because of the things that were being seen from it. That's the most amazing thing about this, is that I think we've shown in our shows that. And many other shows have shown that this is the gaming audience today, right? The gaming audience doesn't want this. They're doing their own marketing simply by just by having those cutscenes put out there. Nobody wants to expose their children to trans scars or you know, that type of stuff in video games of all things. I get the idea. Oh man, they're LA. These are people who are broken. It goes back to that stat earlier of like, was it 30 something % of game
34.
developers are women and non-binary folks? And it's projection. It is, they insert themselves and their life experiences into this when they should be creating a broader experience that allows everybody to play and not isolates and alienates.
Yeah.
Which is what they're doing. So I don't know, Flawed, Eric, any surprise by any of this?
No, absolutely not.
Not at all.
All right. Yeah, it's amazing to see kind of the reaction to this. And to me, with all due respect to this guy, who I've never had any interaction with, this seems like an instance where, and we see this all the time in the gaming space, where you can't see the forest from the trees. It's right there in front of you. You want to cover your eyes and be like, no, or cover your ears and be like, that's no, that's not happening. When it's very clearly there. The data is there to reflect this. And we saw this over and over again in 2024. And Veilguard is no different. Veilguard is absolutely no different.
You think it changes with new administration?
You know, we talked about this briefly yesterday, the idea of Trump's, Trump saying there's only male and female. If there's going to be a trickle-down effect inside the video game industry because of that, obviously that is strictly from a government standpoint.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of gaming companies, propaganda. We talked about was it Take This? I think it is. We've talked about them on the show. They receive government funding. They push a lot of the nonsense that we see in the in the gaming space. So they will not receive any funding if they're pushing the idea of that ideology anymore, which is neat to start. Yeah, it is a start.
Well, I was going to save this for tomorrow, but you guys were talking about the gender ideology of A and B, right? And you remember how last week or 2 weeks ago we were talking about Lord of the Fallen with Vara Dark?
Yes.
Well, they made another announcement saying they're restoring the female-male body option.
Oh, really?
Yes. So improved online connectivity and female-male body option. So a little win right there. I don't know how great this game is, but regardless, a little win.
Yeah, I mean, what a basic thing.
What a logical reasoning right there.
So crazy. Yeah, so crazy. I wouldn't say we're slowly, but there's been a definite pivot from moving away from this. And once again, I've said this on the show a million times, but the video game industry was the first to adopt this. They'll be the last to drop it. That's the thing about creative spaces, right? You have in any creative space, artistic space, you have people who are outcast. You have people who are who feel shunned by society, and then they're welcomed into another community with open arms, and all of a sudden they feel good about themselves. Hence, the ideology is born, and that's kind of where we're at with that. So